Those guys play aggressive. We know what kind of year Deron Bland has had with the interceptions that he's come down with this year, but it is a physical group.
3rd down and 10, and that's Raymond for a first down. They fake the handoff. Goff has got St. Brown. And Amon-Ra is down out of bounds near the 40.
Across the board.
They do hand to Montgomery, and he picks it up. Good patience by David Montgomery. Here's Gibbs. Long way to go. Looked like the knee went down, and a flag flies late.
Force a longer field goal. They decline.
Not a good snap, but a good hold by Jack Fox.
You know, they've been having a revolving door opposite of Cam Sutton.
3rd down and 4, and that's catch number 1 for Lamb. Makes a move. After going around Sutton, and he's still rumbling down inside the 40. On 3rd down, Prescott trying to come underneath. And he's picked. Intercepted by Melifonwu. The early takeaway by the Lions on defense. And back-to-back games with an interception.
Best in the NFL.
Here is St. Brown with good blocking. And a first down. It's 3rd down and 8. Pressure off the edge from Fowler and a sack. Now 3rd down and 13. Blitz coming. Prescott able to get out of the end zone. And now airs it out for Lamb. He's got it. He's gone. When he gets there, it's a touchdown, Cowboys. On top.
Gone when the Cowboys were picking, and they took Micah Parsons. Had to settle for him.
Here is St. Brown. Able to find a wide open hole in that defense. A gain of 19. 8 interceptions, 5 of which he's returned for touchdowns. This screen is intercepted. We'll make sure the catch was made, but Jordan Lewis was there and made the play for the Cowboys. We'll go back to the interception here in a moment. First down, best starting field position for the Cowboys, up 7-3. Here's Cooks and a big play.
Here we go.
2nd down and 5. Prescott has Cooks. His 2nd catch on the possession. Another first down.
Houston Texans, now he's with Dallas, and he's been productive everywhere he's been.
Here's Pollard. Bends back and takes it to the 5 and has a 1st and goal there.
Grandfather being Barry Alvarez, and did a good job raising him.
Prescott, Lamb, ball comes out. And this is going to be an interesting call.
The fumble forward and out of bounds through the end zone. The result of the play is a touchback. First down, Detroit.
Wow. Incomplete. Target was Williams. And after the takeaway and the fumble through the end zone, it's 3 and out. Fake punt. And now a throw downfield.
Oh.
They convert. The fake punt. And this is a 31-yard gain on the throw to Dorsey. Handoff to St. Brown. And I guess Dan Campbell wasn't crying about that missed opportunity in the first down at the 30. Gibbs on the carry. Nice move in the hole, and he's got another first down for the Lions.
Offensively against this defense, their ability to run the football.
On first down, here he is again. Cuts back, turns on the Jets, and sets up 1st and goal. They're going to hand to Gibbs. And he's not going to get there. Wilson made that tackle. Goff on 4th down. End zone incomplete. And the Cowboys defense makes a stop. Laporta, the target. Here is Pollard. And a nice run up near the 20, brought down by Kirby Joseph, but a gain of 7.
Right check.
Play action again. 2nd and 4. Here's Lamb. He's all over the place.
Right check.
Prescott is sacked. Hutchinson gets home and makes a play, which is what led them and helped them be as successful as they've been. And their relationship has come and gone. It's been beautiful. It's been rocky. As Jerry Jones says, there are some beautiful scars as Raymond 3rd down stops. And make it 6. Play made by Lawrence, who's had a big night.
Yeah, here we go. Right check.
Extra men on the rush. Pass over the middle. It's caught. 1st down, Dallas. C.D. Lamb's got another. Man, there's a lot happening at the line of scrimmage. Prescott airs it out. Pass is incomplete. And great coverage on C.D. Lamb by the rookie Branch. They try it again, and Montgomery able to break loose. Montgomery out of bounds inside Dallas territory, and a carry of 21. Quick setup and throw, and it's Laporta for the 1st down. Wrestled out of bounds by Curse, but not before he got 4. See those two going at it. They have been all night. 2nd and 3. Full head of steam for Gibbs. He's got a 1st down and covers up. Knocked down at the 21 with a 9-yard gain. Here's a pass caught by Reynolds, and he's got a 1st down for Detroit. Montgomery's got it. Touchdown, Detroit. 180. He's out. Pollard back in, and he's got it, and then some. Couple of good moves and a big run for the Cowboys into Lions territory.
There we go. Right check.
They do. Pass is caught. Lamb, 1st down. And what a job by Prescott to hang in there, take the hit, and deliver a strike for a 1st down.
Right check.
3rd down and 8. Lamb can't make the catch. 51-yard attempt. Aubrey is sensational. 2nd down. Good protection. Downfield. Williams got it. Jamison Williams to the 15.
Over the years.
2nd down and 12. Here's St. Brown. Hit in stride after making his break. 3rd down and 3. Protection. Gibbs incomplete. 4th down. Lions back on top.
CD had that went in the back of the end zone, and
here is a wide open C.D. Lamb. He lowers his shoulder and gets about 10.
Yeah, here we go. Right check.
Brings up 3rd and 5. Blitz coming. They pick up Anzalone. Here's Cooks. What a catch! Brandon Cooks with a big 1st down for Dallas. To make sure there wasn't time to review it, but that was a catch. And a brilliant one at that. Here's Hutchinson, doesn't get there, and the pass is caught by Tolbert.
45-yard reception or so.
Pollard, one of his better runs of the night. Picked up 10.
You know, we've seen on those last 2 runs, he's a powerful guy, and he can run between the tackles.
2nd and 4. End zone. Cooks. Touchdown, Cowboys. Goff, incomplete for Amon-Ra St. Brown. No flags. With heavy pressure from DeMarcus Lawrence. Under 4.5 to go. 3rd down and 10, and there he is again. What a night, C.D. Lamb. It's going to be a 200-yard night. Extra men on the rush, and it's Hutchinson spinning his way to Prescott. They're the number 2 seed, and they have an outside shot at the number 1 seed. Goff over the middle. Pass is caught by Laporta. And Laporta, who had a wrap around his right ankle earlier in the game, gets 15 yards. 2 timeouts left for the Lions. Whoa. And an interception. Picked off by Wilson. What a play.
Yeah, really great play. He does secure it. The ball is behind him. But again, it goes back to the pass rush.
Quick throw. Tight end Ferguson. From 43, like a walk in the park. Underneath, Laporta drives through Curse and got 10. Here's one for Laporta again, and a strong catch to the 40. And the Lions are in business now.
Prior to this possession, the way he just did.
They clock the ball after the catch by Laporta, and now he's got Amon-Ra St. Brown. And in a blink, Goff, Laporta, room to run. Still going and down near the 11. 2nd down and 10. There's St. Brown. Head of steam. Touchdown, Detroit. Wow. Extra offensive lineman comes in. Play action. End zone. There it is. Unbelievable. The 2-point try is good, and it's Taylor Decker. What else could it be?
Touching by number 68.
So the call is an illegal touch. Threw the flag at the end of it, and now a flag on Parsons. This one's picked, but Parsons came across.
They definitely got Micah Parsons in the neutral zone.
Defense, number 11. Moved into the neutral zone prior to the snap.
Here we go. Goff gets rid of it. Incomplete. And now the Cowboys maintain their lead. What a game. Onside kick try is handled by the person that it should have been handled by. And they still have a shot at the NFC East. They need the Eagles to lose one of their last 2 games and to win their next game, which is at Washington in Week 18. Frustrating end to this thrilling game for the Lions, who have a home date against the Vikings next week.